forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
Do not come and talk to me about what happened while we were separated. I'm not even that person, let alone care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Evolution.
You gotta let it go.
Yeah,
You
don't
gotta
have
let it
don't
go.
have a farmer's almanac of stuff that happened 10 years ago.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, it's crazy though how she flips it, but she acts like she's so moved on and beyond it all,
Right.
but all of
She
her
not.
I know, man. I fucking know. The therapy. We both went and saw the same mental health lady. We didn't talk about like those kind of problems. It was more like just
Right.
getting medic. Anyways, doesn't important. But anyways, once I heard that lady, she threw outside like a third party was like, she's the one that's like really fucked up. I felt like so much better, like about every, you know what I'm saying? Because there was manipulation on both parts, but more on her. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm stupid. She's much smarter than like. There's a lot of manipulation,
Right.
but it's just crazy, man. You just got. I don't know, man.
You know what? I have a theory that manipulation is just conflict resolution gone wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like you're both trying to be like, let's resolve this, but then the one person's like, well, you're just trying to make me do this, and like the other person's like, well, you're just trying to make me do this.
And then one other person says a trigger word. Yeah.
Right.
And then you do that.
When
Yeah.
honestly, you guys are trying to just figure out how do we move past this or how do we resolve this, but we are not taught to use the right words to be like, you know what, we're just trying to figure out a way to have a solution. I'm solution based. If you don't have a solution, I don't even want to hear about the problem.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, you can vent for so long, but if I let you vent and if I vent and we're like, okay, great, we just let it off our chest how we feel, that's cool. Now, what are we gonna do to move on from here? If you do not have a solution, I ain't got time for you no more, period. Because I am not staying stuck in the mud over nothing. Definitely not my own BS, and definitely not yours. You know what I'm saying? So let's not stay here. What are we gonna do to be okay? You know what I'm saying? And there's got to be some sort of conflict resolution, but we get lost in the conflict resolution because we feel like we're right and we want our feelings to be valid and we want to be heard. And if we feel like if we take one step off of our square, we lost ourselves. But sometimes to find each other, you do have to come off of your square.
And Erica, what I think one of the most important things is what I found is in any conflict resolution or being in a home with somebody, you're doing certain things, you think about yourself, but you can't always think about yourself. So it always comes to the compromise, or you compromise in order to come to a solution that works for the household or for what you're doing, as opposed to just me. And a lot of people haven't got to that place in relationships where they're like, okay, this works better for the household as opposed to me, or it works for us as opposed to me.
And you do go through that.
Good point.
Yeah.
Chris, you make a very strong point. I think that is the issue with a lot of people going into marriage is they're making it about themselves. Like, well, she makes me happy. If I'm going into a marriage, this is my desire to go into a marriage is to build happiness in the people I'm in the marriage with. That means the kids and the wife. I want to build happiness for both of them. And that in turn makes me happy. That's just, that's me. I think, and you can say your opinion if I'm wrong on it or not. I think that is what women should look for is if a guy is trying to do that for them. If they're trying to build a marriage, they're trying to build wealth or whatever within the marriage and the children going on in the next generation, whatever, is the guy trying to build that for the family? Can you trust the guy to build that for the family? Is the guy and I know this sometimes put a lot of women off, guys want to have a wife that is submissive. Now, what that word I think people get misconstrued about, and they're trying to look like you're weak or anything, whatever, because the disciples of Jesus were weak, if you want to call it that then. The disciples of Jesus were submissive. There is no person in this room, in this world, who is not submissive to one person in this world.
One.
The president is submissive to people.
Right.
Kings are submissive to people. You are at a job that you are submissive to your boss. people on basketball teams are submissive to Michael Jordan was submissive to his coach. He had to listen to what he had to listen to what his coach told him to do.
So,
There is no person in this world who is around more than 2 people that is not submissive to somebody. And it doesn't mean that you're weak. It means you entrust that the person that is above you, I don't want to say above like you're just beneath their feet, but the person that is you're working with is going to take care of your needs, and you trust that they're going to take care of your needs. Unfortunately, when somebody mentions submissive in marriage, they're thinking like
100%. Yeah,
you're a dog.
You're the lower one or whatever. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it takes submission. It takes a strong person to be submissive anyway. When you see somebody who is on drugs and they have to finally admit that they have a problem, a lot of issues with that is they think that makes them look weak. That actually makes them look strong.
Yeah, totally 100, man. But Phil just politely suggested things to Michael. He never really told him to do anything.
Oh, he told him.
He did.
But when somebody's on drugs, they have to submit to the care from someone else to tell them, hey, we're going to take care of you. We're going to get you off the drug. There is no person in this world who is not submissive to anybody. And for some reason now, in the last, 60, 70, 80 years, when we say be submissive to a husband, that is looked down upon. The husband's not supposed to be a dictator. Let's just get it clear.
Absolutely.
That's how a lot of religions make it, though.
That's true. And I agree with you with that, Erica. But again,
I had to sign a marriage contract saying with my second husband that I would not withhold sex from him more than a day. So he held me to that.
What religion was that?
You're goddamn right.
it was Church of God in Christ, Kojak. So it was like I had to sign a contract that said I would not let go more than 2 days.
I go like 2 weeks now. The older I get now, you know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about earlier. I'm like, what?
There's more. Wow.
So
there's a 2 day
men use religion to be dictators and to abuse women.
Yes.
So,
but you also understand men also misconstrue certain,
the word,
certain verses and stuff like that. So I get that. But from how I understand it, being submissive is not being like a dog. Being submissive, trusting. I trust
in BDSM. That is where I truly learned true
submission. There you go.
I
wasn't going that far, but
no, they're actually very respectful. There's like a whole respect.
They teach submission in the best way. That is when I was like, I'm totally a sub. I'm a sub all day long.
No sub,
but the sub has the power. The sub has the power.
And I just looked at submissiveness.
I'm not getting walked around a leash. I'm down. I'm open to
sub,
stuff. I said, hail to the no, I'm not a sub. You ain't tying me up or walking me around a leash. Unless we got a contract. There got to be a sports card. I'm just. We don't got to get into it.
But see, we
and that's what marriage is for women to be submissive. We need a contract.
I think maybe a different word should be used, baby, from now on.
That's a fine word because we're submissive to police officers when they have laws in check. The president has to be submissive to Congress. There's checks and balances to be submissive to. We're submissive to everybody. Somebody's submissive to every person in this world at some point in their life.
And this goes to, you talk about submissiveness. Let's talk about independence. I hear so many women, I hear guys say, I did this by myself. I'm independent.
No one does anything by themselves.
There's nothing on this planet. There's nothing on this planet that we are independent. We depend on each and every situation, system to get, I don't give a damn if it's a transaction, it's sex, it's something.
Somebody.
They have to be in alignment with what you're doing in order for that shit to happen.